find sometimes is you will find an authentic statement of a Sahabi, like Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Abdullah bin Mas'ud one time said that whatever the Muslims see as good, then Allah sees it as good. And whatever the Muslims see as bad, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala considers it bad. This is a statement of a Sahabi, Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Now, this statement is confirmed from Abdullah bin Mas'ud. So in other words, we have our narrators going back to Abdullah bin Mas'ud, and this narration meets these conditions. So we say, yes, this is an authentic statement of Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Now some people, they made a mistake while narrating this statement from Abdullah bin Mas'ud, and by mistake, instead of stopping at Abdullah bin Mas'ud when they gave their chain from B to C to D, instead of stopping at Abdullah bin Mas'ud, they made the mistake of saying, for example, an Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or from the Prophet. Is a narration that goes back to a Sahabi, to a companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and does not go beyond that. It is a statement or an action of a Sahabi, of a companion. This is called mawquf. So for example, in this case, the narration is mawquf. It is a narration from Abdullah bin Mas'ud. But someone by mistake narrated it as a statement of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when something is narrated or traced back to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is called marfu'. So now in this particular case, if you just took this narration of this mistake, going all the way back to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you study this narration by itself, you'll find that A said it come from B, from C to D, to Abdullah bin Mas'ud, back to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Looking at that new narration, I'm telling you it's a mistake, but just looking at that one new narration, would you say that it meets the first three conditions? You know that because I told you that we have a sahih chain back to Abdullah bin Mas'ud. So someone makes a mistake and narrates it back to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, back to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So now how are we going to spot that? So what we have to do, and by the way, the science of illah, or the science of spotting these kinds of defects, is considered the most difficult science of the science of hadith. And very few scholars, only the leading scholars who are really experts in this field, like Al-Bukhari and his Sheikh Ali ibn al-Madini and others similar to them. So what we have to do, and what they used to do, is you take now this narration and you look to see how everybody else narrated the same thing. So you look for chains coming back from Abdullah bin Mas'ud, you look for chains coming from Abdullah bin Mas'ud through this student, you look for chains coming from Abdullah bin Mas'ud through this student, all the way back to you yourself, until you can trace and see what in fact is the situation. And you will be able to spot where the mistake came from. That this person made a mistake and narrated all the way back to the Prophet ﷺ, when in fact it should stop at Abdullah bin Mas'ud.